Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
For thousands of years, we have looked up at the night sky and wondered what is out there. We have fantasized about our adventures to the stars and planets in the great beyond. We made stories and spaceships. We went from painting the moon to setting foot on it.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We realized that the sky was not the limit, and that is when we romanticized the idea of space exploration. Here we are today, with the technology to build rockets more powerful than ever, the curiosity to explore other celestial bodies, and the intellect to make it all possible, to set foot on the next obvious frontier, Mars. But should we?
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The arguments for going to Mars have long been drawn from our optimism that comes from the moon landing. The "because it is there" argument, famously told by John F. Kennedy, stands strong to this day, inspiring many able innovators to dream about sending humans to Mars in the spirit of adventure, not only for the purpose of exploration, but with intent to colonize the red planet. However, to what extent is this inspiration blinded by ambition? Books, movies, paintings about the red planet, passionate speeches, and billionaire dreams have made this topic less scientific and more fantastical. We have learned to be ambitious and overly optimistic without considering the long-term implications and the secondary effects of our actions. In her essay titled "Selling Space Colonization and Immortality: A Psychological Anthropological Critique of the Rush to Colonize Mars," Raina Elizabeth Slobodian talks about the marketing techniques used to spread this idea and how these techniques are motivated by ego, money, and romanticism. Slobodian has a point. Ego, money, and romanticism have always been motives that have led to dire consequences in the long term. Today, several of the biggest problems we face as a species can be linked to these. Wars, climate change, hunger, all because of ego, money, and romanticism. When we talk about space exploration, we think about progress and technological advancement, but we often overlook the problem we still face here on Earth. The problems we face on Earth do not justify calling ourselves a successful species in the cosmic sense. Carl Sagan, in his paper, "Why Send Humans to Mars?", concludes by saying, "The most important step we can take towards Mars is to make significant progress on Earth. Achieving even modest improvements in the serious social, economic, and political problems that our global civilization now faces could release enormous resources, both material and human, for furthering space exploration and other worthy goals." Carl Sagan puts forth a very sound argument here. We should solve the problems here on Earth before we progress toward exploring other worlds. It is important to not ignore the problems holding us back, like poverty and hunger and wars and climate change. These are very real issues and affect millions of people every day. Same problems, that were created because of ego, money, and romanticism. Every dollar spent on exploring space is an opportunity cost for helping solve these global problems. The fact that we will have another planet to go when things get really bad itself disincentivizes people to not care enough for our own problems here. Climate change is real, and we can't ignore it anymore. We can't destroy our home planet and simply move on to another. As Macron said,
let us face it, there is no planet B.
even then, I still believe that space exploration is the future, and we, as a species, will set foot on Mars and other celestial bodies in outer space one day. But in the meantime, let's make sure we save the Earth first. This one strange rock is our first home after all.